Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and go over the recap while you guys finish up anything on your end that you still have. You good with that?
Yep.
Okay, so with whatever fell effects vanquished, the Clockwork Nervin again finds itself in motion. After some quick first aid from Ravi, the captain approaches the party, requesting their help in getting revenge against the pirates who attacked her ship and killed her crew and husband. Chiaki also gives a refund to Shinaru and Lord Thatchard, and Ravi declines her. After a gift from Jimmy Dean, Ravi has a short conversation with Lord Thatchard, where they agree to work together in investigating the reports of undead. The next day, the party arrives at Kirkwall, disembarks with the intent of booking room and board at the Earless Bugbear Inn. On their way, the young leopard Nim steals some fish, and everyone but Ravi notices that she's been pickpocketed. Trying to catch the group of child thieves, Shinaru almost murders an innocent old woman. Shenanigan ensues. Later, after offloading their things in their room, the group heads over to a local leather worker, where additional shenanigans ensue. Sarge eventually heads to the honest blacksmith, Jimmy Dave, where the dwarf is offered a good deal for some shields and weapons. Only takes a couple of those good deals and sets off in search of better deals. Upon not finding any, Sarge returns to find the corpse of Jimmy Dave in a pool of blood. Ravi confirms that he's dead, finds a single needle-like puncture wound on his neck, and alerts the guards to the death. The halfling architect, Jamal, takes a moment to speak with Sarge. The party learns of a sealed passage within the sewers, which they agree to investigate. They return to the inn where Ethel is their waiter. Eventually, you all head to bed. Rest comes pretty easy. For you, Shinaru, because you're an elf, you only have to trance for about 4 hours. So while everyone else is asleep, you have about 4 hours of free time. Is there anything you want to do after you wake up? Quote unquote wake up.
I'll just shake on Nim. Let's see. What time is it right now? I mean, what time do we end up going to bed?
I would say, unless there's any unless you want a different time, I'd say you probably all headed to bed about 9-ish.
Sounds about right.
It's about 1 in the morning.
But I'll immediately just kind of check on Nim, and then see how she's doing, and then just kind of keep watch, I guess.
Okay. Do you have Nim's sheet up?
I do.
Okay, what is Nim's attack modifier? Melee.
Would be +2.
+2? Okay, does 6 hit your armor class?
No.
Alright, so as you reach out and you shake Nim, she wakes up and is not very happy at being woken up and attempts to bop you on the nose. And just she almost hits, but then her leg starts twitching violently and she just completely misses. She meows at you pitifully.
Okay, let me just remind me on this one. It's we have adjoining rooms that who's physically sleeping or resting in each room. Was it
last session? It was you and Shinaru in a room, and Sarge in his own.
I think that was going to be the original plan, and then we decided to change it to where it was going to be me in my own room because I'm female, and them two, the boys, in another room.
Yeah, no, I mean that works fine. You didn't say that out loud yet, so we're good.
We did.
Yeah.
It's okay.
All right, so it is Shinaru. Nim has meowed pitifully. You probably hear Sarge snoring. I'm sorry, I missed what you said you would do after checking on Nim.
I was gonna kind of keep an eye out the window to make sure there wasn't
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a spot check. There is a lot of moonlight, so you have dark vision, so you can see pretty good outside.
So 16 total.
16 total. All right. There's the occasional passerby that you see out the window on the road. Nothing seems too shifty. Nothing seems too hip or happening. About how long do you stay just kind of looking and keeping watch out the window? The entire until everybody wakes up, or for only an hour, or just this one time?
Probably for about an hour or so, and then I'll just kind of mingle around about, or just kind of like sit in the room until everyone else wakes up.
Okay. So speaking of waking up, Ravi. So you're not normally the type to dream, and while many people claim as such, for them it's simply that they just don't remember what they dream. But for you, for the Azamar, dreaming is an actual rare, near-divine experience, and you've only had 3 dreams throughout your life. The first of an old, grandfather-looking man smiling at you and filling you with warmth, and you were told that this is the first dream that all Azamar in your family have, at least according to all written accounts. The second dream was of something far more childish than any of these. It was of a young boy from a local village pulling you aside one morning, serious and stern-looking in his eyes. He said that his family's vineyard was suffering and that he thought you could help give Paler's blessing, since you were special, since you were an Azamar. And he offered you some candy as a teeth. And sure enough, not 3 weeks later, the very events that you dreamed about came to pass, and that was your first experience with the taste of candy, and that was your first real taste of the superstition that surrounds the Azamar. And the last dream that you had was without faces. It was without laughter or charm or warmth. It was just your arms and your hands and the suture and the blood. The gargling of blood and bile is all you heard. The hot, wet tears awoke you from that dream. And 3 days later, your friend and mentor Zachary died while you were performing surgery. His last words, meant for his young wife, lost to the sensation of your panic attack and the sound of your sobs. But today was different. It was like something was trying to implant visions in your dreaming mind. But when you woke up, you didn't remember anything. And speaking of waking up, I need everybody to roll a listen check. Sarge and Ravi at a -10 because you're still asleep.
1.
Okay.
Hold on, I have to pull up my sheet because
I got a natural 20.
fuck you. You said a listen check, right?
Yes, please.
There we go. 8.
Okay, so oddly enough, you and Sarge are both still awoken by a clinking and a clamoring. It almost sounds like a boulder being scraped across a chalkboard, or like multiple hammers hitting the pavement, or like thunder outside drawing closer. And it's just this clink, clink, clink that brings you and Sarge to consciousness, and it's very grating on your ears, Shinaru.
Do I recognize the sound?
It takes you a moment. Well, it takes you a couple moments because you rolled a 1, but eventually you do recognize. Yes, it is. It's your patron.
God, that boy in his armor. How many times have I told him what is this awful noise I'm hearing? To keep it oiled for the love.
Can I knock on the door between our rooms and go, do you guys hear that? Do you know what that is?
It's the sound of you. The sound of pain is what it is. It's the sound of youth not listening to their elders.
I'm very confused. Can you guys let me in your room?
Just get dressed and go down to breakfast company soon.
Okay, I guess I do what Sarge says.
It is nearing sunrise. Did you want to pray first?
Yes.
Okay. So you do that. You get your spells back. Everybody who is missing hit points, you heal 5 hit points from your rest. It's every time you take a full rest, you get 1 hit point back per character level. And aside from that, eventually, you all make your way down, and you meet the young Maxwell Thatcher. His eyes bright, his face chipper, his armor very not silent, and it seems that he, among various other things, is a morning person.